Hello YouTube, Litters17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and I'm gonna see if I can get this video uploaded before it's not Sunday anymore. So let's jump in. Collection update, let's do it. First off, we are listening to, this is Hammerheart. Wow, that's really reflective. Hammerheart by Bathory. This is probably my favorite Bathory album. It is very good. Let's move on. Alright, first up is, grindcore band, you all know them. This is Pig Destroyer with their album Phantom Limb. This is actually because I watched the Grindcore Guru, who's awesome. You should watch him. I'm pretty sure he said that his favorite band is Pig Destroyer, and I was kind of thinking, man, for whatever reason, I just never picked up this full length by them, so I thought I'd change that, and I picked it up. Now what I have to get is their first one, which is what is it called? Explosions in Ward 6 or something like that. It's got the cover art that's David Cronenberg's The Brood or whatever. I don't know if I've really even heard that one that much. Anyway, moving on. This is Phantom Limb. This came out, what, 2007? Relapse Records. This, I guess mine is the censored version because it's got the alternate slip cover art thing. We'll talk more about that in a second. It's got a sticker on the jewel case itself with the logo, which actually is kind of a bummer for me because my copy's used, obviously, and it's broken, and you know, I don't like it to replace that, but this one has the sticker, so it's sort of you can't. Yeah, here's a hype sticker still on, so that's kind of cool if you want to pause it and read that. That's kind of fun. But yeah, you know, this is Pig Destroyer. It's got a super shreddy buzzsaw guitars. You know, it sounds like you're hanging out in a sawmill, except that instead of it sound really like grating and annoying, it's really catchy and thrashy and really good. So yeah, let me read the back of this to you because it's kind of funny. So this is the back side of the thing. It says, due to the perceived offensive nature of the enclosed artwork, perceived is in quotes, the edition of Pig Destroyer's Phantom Limb that you now hold in your hand has been covered to allow it to be stocked in the store where you found it. Please know that in order to preserve the integrity of Pig Destroyer's artistic intent, this edition of Phantom Limb includes all of the original artwork that the regular version includes. Thank you, Relapse Records. Now, what is the perceived offensive thing? I guess it's the drum booby. I guess I'm not sure what else it could be. Maybe skulls. I mean, it's gotta be the drum boob. Whatever. I thought that was funny. It's got lyrics and art, you know, pictures, whatever. It's got this middle section here that's got a fold out, and it's just got more lyrics and more picture. But yeah, this is good solid grind. You know, Scott Hall's guitars are great. J.R. Hayes' vocals are just venomous. What's his name? Brian Harvey, I think is the drummer. His drumming is excellent. It's one of the things I actually kind of like about Pig Destroyer in general is that for a band that is so just like grind, you know, sort of the epitome of like they're like the Cannibal Corpse of grindcore, I would say, if that makes any sense. I love how clean the production is with their style. Yeah, it's good stuff. And yeah, and actually, I wanted to stay on the topic, going back to the fact that I was sort of prompted to buy this because of the YouTuber Grindcore Guru. That's one of the things that I've loved so much about you know, not necessarily making videos, but watching other people make videos on YouTube, is that, you know, for the people who say that there's just no good music being made, or there's no good music out there or whatever, I couldn't, you know, have the more opposite opinion of that. There's just like so much good music, and just like not enough time to even remotely get around to listening to it all. And you know, and I'm listening to a ton of music, but I'm also, you know, spreading myself very thin. I'm listening to a lot of subgenres within metal. I'm listening to a little rap, listening to a little pop music, and you know, I'm spreading myself very thin. And it's cool to watch someone like the Grindcore Guru, who obviously, you know, knows his stuff when it comes to grindcore and power violence and all that jazz, And, you know, I don't have to do the research myself to find these bands. I can just rely on him to you know, name off some cool stuff, and I can just look at that stuff and see if it's a spot for me or not. So anyway, I wanted to point that out because I thought it was cool. Just a general thought about watching YouTube videos on music. So yeah, thanks to everyone who I subscribe to and who puts out quality content. All right, moving on. This is the new one from Black Cilice, Banished from Time. This actually is the second Black Cilice album that I have purchased. The first one was Summoning the Night, which I liked a lot. Very just like bombastic, jarring, black metal, very just like grating in your face. I kind of have read that people think this one is I don't know, different in some way from the other albums. It's very possible that I'm just not versed enough in Black Cilice to know that there's a difference, but to me, it kind of just sounds like Summoning, you know, within the same realm as Summoning the Night to me. But yeah, I think this is good stuff. I really like it. If I didn't say, this has been released this year on Iron Bonehead, so it might be on my top 25 list. I don't love it super a lot, that I definitely know it will be, but at this point, it probably is. Here's the booklet. It's also it is interesting to note that this sort of is the first sort of departure in terms of the album art, because all the other ones are very overly black with, you know, some white details and outlines and stuff like that. You'll see in a second. Yeah, so here's the insides. Got some lyrics and photographs and arts and stuff like that. And we got on the back, we got just you know, this typical black metal, "That's not us, is stupid," whatever that kind of stuff says, which is kind of cool but kind of stupid at the same time. I don't really care. Either way is kind of okay with me. But yeah, Black Cilice, Banished from Time. This is pretty good. If you are familiar with the other Black Cilice albums, which maybe you are even more so than me, but I guess if you like Summoning the Night, you will like this too, probably. In a similar vein, this is a 7-inch, also by Black Cilice, and this is a good example of what the album art looked like before that Banished from Time. This is their 7-inch EP, Nocturnal Mysticism. This was released last year. This is also on Iron Bonehead Productions. This has 2 tracks, a Nocturnal Mysticism Part 1 and 2. This is just released on black, nothing fancy there, and we got the A and B logos. And then we got the insert here that's got this photo, and then it's got this on the back side. You know, this is, you know, Black Cilice to me. It's all within the same realm as the other 2 albums. This actually, I will say, the first song, Nocturnal Mysticism Part 1, does have a little bit of sort of a, I won't say acoustic, but you know, a more somber passage at the beginning of the track, so it's not as intense and in your face as some of the other material. But you know, it's still within the same realm as all the other stuff. But yeah, Nocturnal Mysticism, Black Cilice. I haven't really seen as many people show off this one as opposed to the other full-length albums, and yeah, it's good stuff. Pet my dog. Yeah, so next up, sort of also within the same realm, this is a compilation of demos. This is Candelabrum with The Gathering. This has, I think it's 3 demos on it. See if I can figure out what they're called. I think, yes. So they're called Gathering Energies from the Moon to Unleash the Spell of Destruction. And then we have The Darkest Horizon of Time, Conspiring with the Dead for Eternal Damnation. And then an Ordeal for the Souls, The Summoning. And then these are the art, I think, that appeared 4 of those demos, I believe they were all cassette-only releases, if I remember correctly. This is sort of along the same realm as the Black Cilice and the other Candelabrum album that I picked up a week or 2 ago called Necrotelepathy. You know, just very in-your-face, jarring black metal. Yeah, just really intense stuff. I've really been digging both of these bands, and you know, I sort of been conflating them together, and it's because it's rumored to be the same guy. Both bands are from Portugal. Sort of makes sense that that might be true. I picked up all 3 of these releases on Arcane Alter, which is a distro in Ohio. This is actually where I ordered the Necrotelepathy as well. Really fast shipping and, you know, pretty reasonable prices, and obviously the material that they carry has been right up my alley lately, so I will probably pick up some more stuff from them because I saw that they have the other Blood Tyrant full length that I want to pick up. But yeah, Candelabrum, The Gathering. This is pretty cool. I think I like Necrotelepathy better than this, but this is still pretty good stuff. I like it. Next up is another album released this year. This is Falls of Rauros with Vigilance, Perennial. I haven't really been too much into Falls of Rauros that much. I kind of have listened to their albums a little bit. Mostly, I think I've listened to the one I've listened to the most is the one that's like We Dwell in Rotted Wood or something like that. So I haven't listened to them, obviously, a whole bunch, but a little bit here and there, and they never really have taken a hold of me. But this album is different. I don't know what is different about it for me, but I really liked it. I listened to it a couple times on Bandcamp, and then I decided I needed to pick up the CD because it was pretty good. This comes out on Bindrune Recordings and Nordvis Production. Bindrune is a label run by Marty Worm, who you may watch on YouTube. If you don't, you should watch him. And regardless, you should buy some stuff by Bindrune. But yeah, here's the inside and the back if I didn't show that. This is some pretty cool kind of, it's black metal, has a little bit of a folk metal twinge to it, maybe a little, maybe post black metal, maybe not. You know, if you're into stuff like maybe Obsequii or however you pronounce that band, or what's that other one that they had an album? Woman is the Earth. That one is sort of in that realm too. This is you know, it's lyrics and photo in the middle. This is, like I said, this is pretty good. This is the first Falls of Rauros album that has really it's the first one I purchased. It's the first one that has kind of has made me enjoy it. I don't know if this will make the top 25 list for 2017. Like I don't know if Banished from Time will, but it's on there right now. Pretty good stuff. Falls of Rauros, Vigilance, Perennial. Next up is a kind of fun one. This is an album that I wanted to get for a long time. Getting it on CD was impossible pretty much for me until you know, recently. I was watching a YouTube video of a guy, and he showed a copy in his like music room that's what the video is about. I wish I could tell you who the video for the guy is, but I can't remember now. It's not someone who I regularly watch. But anyway, he showed this album in a frame on the wall. I was like, oh yeah, that totally is something that I wanted to get. So I looked up on Discogs and actually found out the CD version that I had always been wanting to get was actually a compilation for just the single of the song. And I was like, oh, I don't really care about the compilation. I just want the single. So I just ordered the single, and it was actually really ended up being super cheap, so that was cool. And that is this is the Stars Hear and Aid single. Just a little, I want to tangent first before I get into it. I didn't really do enough research and didn't realize there was different versions of this song. This version is not the version that I knew. It's the version that I knew is in a more extended cut that includes more guitar solos and stuff. I'll get into that in a second. So I'll have to just, I already have another version that I'm watching on Discogs that has the version that I know, and it's not that expensive either, so I'll pick that up too. Anyway, so back to this. This is Stars. By sort of the release by Hearing Aid, and what this is in conjunction with Vertigo Records. This is sort of hard rock and heavy metal's answer to We Are the World. Pretty much none of those guys got invited to be involved in the the We Are the World charity song, and so they're like, you know what, we're gonna do our own. We're gonna do our own. So this is what the result of that was. So it was sort of championed by, I think, Ryan James Dio and Vivian Campbell of Rainbow. Actually, let me read this to you. On May 20th and 21st, 1985, 40 artists from the hard rock music community gathered at A&M Record Studios to participate in the making of a record called Stars. As part of the very special project known as Hearing Aid, the Stars single, coupled with the album and a video documentary on the making of the record and other ancillary products, will raise money for the famine relief efforts in Africa and around the world. 40 artists and hundreds of volunteers donated their time and talent over the 4 months to make the Hearing Aid a reality. Stars is a plea for unity in the fight against world hunger. And actually, my wife looked up to see how much money they actually raised. And they raised $1 million, which I'm sure it pales in comparison to what was raised by We Are the World. In fact, I think she looked it up and it was like 40 or 60 million or something much higher. Anyway, $1 million raised by the metal community. Kind of cool. But anyway, so what this is sort of just it's a We Are the World with metal artists. It's actually kind of cool because it has the rundown of who is doing the stuff. So like, we're starting off, you got Gio's doing a verse, and then Dave Meniketti, and then we got so I'm reading this backwards, Ryan James Dio again, then Rob Halford, and then we get down here. It's kind of cool. It's got, here's where the big giant soloing section is. It's got all the people who's doing solos. So yeah, it's kind of, this is a really fun song. If you haven't ever listened to this song before, I really recommend that you do so. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool, especially if you're into like traditional heavy metal and you're into guitar solos and stuff like that. This is gonna be right up your alley. I do want to point out here at the bottom it says I'm gonna read it. All guitar melody lines on choruses played by Adrian Smith and Dave Murray, and then it has an asterisk, and the asterisk goes up to the chorus in case you're not sure what a chorus is. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm actually excited about getting the other version that I know that's a little longer. It's like 2 minutes longer because pretty much what they cut out is guitar soloing. But yeah, this is Stars, Hearing Aid. Check this stuff out if you've never done that before. You will probably enjoy it. Alright, last but not least, this is a couple of records by a rapper that my wife and I know because when we used to live up more north in Bellingham area, Washington, there was a local Canadian radio station that we listened to from time to time, The Beats. I think it's a little different now than it was back then. But anyway, she came across this rapper that she liked a lot. Sort of had similarities, at least tonality-wise, to Eminem. And I'll just show him off. This is Langdon Auger. Anyway, so recently I had come across a CD wallet of hers that had two of his other albums, Crisp Livin' and Inauguration. All of his albums have Aug in the titles, I believe, except for Crisp Livin', obviously. Anyway, so this guy's not super amazing as a rapper, but it's pretty solid stuff. And anyway, so when I found the stuff in the CD wallet, I sort of was just did a little internet research. I found that only one other person had his stuff on Discogs, so I thought that was kind of crazy. And then I just randomly typed his name into Bandcamp, and actually his stuff came up. And I was like, only digital stuff was for sale, and so I was like, I just contacted the band and said, hey, do you have any idea where I can pick up physical releases for this stuff? Because I would love to get the CDs for the ones that we don't have. And actually, Langdon Auger himself replied to me and was like, hey, yeah, I got physical releases for all four. What are you interested in getting? And I was like, hey, you want to send me the Wizard of Augs? And then also the Illuminaugi, which because those are the 2 ones I didn't have, and he was like, "Yep, boom, 20 bucks. How about that?" And I was like, "Boom, send them to me." So you know, PayPal them, and they arrived this week, and yeah, pretty happy to receive them. Listened to them both twice over, and yeah, it's you know, pretty solid stuff. This one's kind of cool because interspersed between tracks, he kind of has like some just like clips of him hanging around with his buddies and him just in ad-libbing. It's kind of fun. This one is kind of cool because the production, I think, is a bit of step up from this one. This one being the most recent. This one's 2011. I think this one is what, like 2006 or 7 maybe, 2008. I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure this one's 2011. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. If you're into some, you know, some what's the word I want? You know, not mainstream rap. You want something that's a little more underground. You should go into Bandcamp and type in Langdon Auger. You might think this is some pretty cool stuff. I highly recommend the song "Got You Caught" on the Wizard of Augs. That's probably both my wife and I's favorite song. But you know, this one's actually really new to me, so I'm not sure yet. But yeah, Langdon Auger, rapper out of Victoria, British Columbia. Pretty cool stuff. That is all I have for this collection update. Hopefully I will get this video uploaded to YouTube before, like I said at the beginning of the video, before it is no longer Sunday and make me a liar from the video from yesterday. I'm actually hoping to do another video tomorrow. I've been really trying to think of a way to, you know, I've pretty much been showing off all the stuff I'm getting in. I would like to figure out some way to show off the stuff that I already own, because in my opinion, because I'm super biased, I own a lot of cool albums that I think, you know, I should show off. And I would like to show off just because it's fun to do that. So we'll see if I can figure out how to make that happen. I really haven't figured out a way to do that in a way other than just like A to Z, this is what I own. So we'll see if I can figure something out. If not, maybe I won't do a video. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please comment. Always welcome. And I like to discuss back and forth with you about anything you want to talk about or anything that you've seen in my videos. And yeah, that's all I got. Have a good day.